I'm somebody that's interested in semen retention. I've been looking into it for around a few years now.
Right.
And naturally, sexual discipline, circulating your sexual energy is very important. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on your experience with it, and have you got any advice in terms of how to utilize that energy?
Absolutely. So again, with Wu-Sabat, we don't lean to one side. It's all about balance. Yes, semen and that the retention, because it's energy. Everything is energy at different vibrations or different level. And yes, you can use it and waste your energy frivolously by just constantly, because remember that sperm is life, and a man is supposed to really utilize it for procreation. But you can control, because everything comes down to control and what you're controlling it for. And if you're not with a mate or with a partner or with somebody that you have a meaningful relationship with, then you should utilize that energy in other ways. So you can remember, when you're dealing with what people consider the chakras, right? The lowest one is the one in but where your sexual organs are, and that's the red, the lust, the desires. And you can actually transform that energy and raise it up, yeah, and use it mentally as opposed to using it lustfully. But however, like with everything else, like you have to have a balance. And if you are with a partner or with a mate, it's still about discipline. So it's like, we're not saying don't have sexual relationships with your partner, but again, it has to be controlled. It's not just like, oh, I just feel like it, and you're just doing things like just for the sake of it. So there has to be a balance and a control to everything. But yes, it's a good discipline to have. This is where the religious world, they lean too far to one side, like I was saying about being good all the time and turning the other cheek. So monks, this is why they taught you that Jesus never had a wife and he was celibate, and now you have priests and monks and people trying to imitate that lifestyle, but they can't, because if you go into the monasteries and where you have nuns and priests, they have found under, like, there was a lot of information about under the Vatican and certain places where a lot of abortions, because the sexual urges will come, and as a man you do need to release at some point at certain intervals. And so it's about balance. And when they were trying to live this Christ-like life, when it wasn't even the truth, because Jesus was married, Jesus did have sex, Jesus did have children. And so, yeah, I hope that's answered that question.